A very good evening to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today is 25th August 2026, Tuesday class. As usual, we will be continuing our sharing from this book, the wonderful Dhamma Lotus Flower Sutra. We are at page 895 of this volume 5, chapter 4 of Hsuan's comment, 3 books. Okay, as usual, we gather for Puja. Let us compose our mind, develop the faith, Saddha, Virya, then mindfully we shall commence the Puja chanting. Namo 本师释迦牟尼佛 Namo 本师释迦牟尼佛 Namo 本师释迦牟尼佛 Namo 观世音菩萨南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无弥勒佛，南无弥勒佛，南无弥勒佛，南无药师佛，南无药师佛，南无药师佛。南无文殊菩萨，南无文殊菩萨，南无文殊菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无准提菩萨。南无准提菩萨，南无准提菩萨，南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨。阿拉汉萨玛萨พุทโธภะคะวะพุทธังภะคะวันตังอะภิวาเทมิสวากาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิดุติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิบุตตังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิตติยัมปิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิปานาติปาตาระมานิสิกขาปะดังสมาธิยามิอาดินาดานาเวรมณีสิกขาปะดังสมาธิยามิกาเมสุมิจฉาจาระเวรมณีสิกขาปะดังสมาธิยามิมุสาวาทาเวรมณีสิกขาปะดังสมาธิยามิสุราเมรยามัจจาปมาทัฏฐานะ เ เวรมณีสิกขาปดังสมาธิยามิกันนาสารปฏิเทนะดิปเพนะตมาดังสีนะติโลกดิปังสัมบุตตังปูจายามิตโมนุดังกันดาสัมบรยุเตนะดุเปนะหังสุกังหินะปูจายเยปูจานิยังตังปูจาบัจานะมุตตมังวันนากันดากุโนเปตังเอตังกสุมาสันตตินปูจายเยมิมุนิดาสสิริปาดาสารโรเหปูเจมิบุตังกสุเมนะเนนะปุณเนนะมัตเตนะเจโหตุโมคังปูปังเมลายติตาอิดังเมกายโยตตายติวินาสบาวังอาดิวาเสตุโนบันเตปานิยังปาริกาปิตังอานุคัมปังอุปาดายะปาติกันหาตุมุตตมังอาดิวาเสตุโนบันเตปาเลปาริกาปิตังอานุคัมปังอุปาดายะปาติกันหาตุมุตตมังอาดิวาเสตุโนบันเตโบจานังปาริกาปิตังอานุคัมปังอุปาดายะปาติกันหาตุมุตตมัง Now we will recite the Puja Aspiration based on our understanding of the significance of all this Puja offering. Significance of offering of light. May this offering of light to the Buddha brings forth the causes and conditions to illuminate our mind and help arise the needed clarity and understanding to dispel all darkness or ignorance therein. Significance of offering of water. May this offering of pure, clear, cool water lead us to the pure, clear Dhamma that cools and doses of the fires of all defilements within our mind. Significance of offering of incense. May our morality, virtue, and understanding shine forth far and wide, just like the fragrance of this incense, which we are offering to the Blessed One, who is perfect in wisdom and virtue. Significance of offering of fruits. May this offering of fruits remind us of the Dana Parami of generosity and the fruit of our karma, so that we will diligently strive on with heedfulness to attain the path and fruition as soon as possible. Significance of offering of flowers. May this constant offering of flowers to the Blessed One strengthen our faith and constantly remind us of the impermanence of this body, so that we will diligently and sincerely strive on to cultivate Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, leading to ultimate liberation, the born-free Nibbana, making of overall aspiration. By the power of these merits born of these offerings, may our spiritual faculty of Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, and Panya be further strengthened until they become balas of power. Sharing and transfer merits to all beings. May these merits be shared and transferred to all beings without exception, especially to those who have the condition and affinity to receive them. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, now let us pay respect to Puja. Buddhang Pujami, Dhammang Pujami, Sanghang Pujami. So just relax body and mind, yeah? The first support. Then maintain awareness. Just maintain the awareness. Don't try to know, don't try to do. And just silence everything. Stay with the pure awareness nature, your true mind, the silent mind. And that is also your meditative mind. The third support is stabilizing the awareness. So relax body and mind, first support. Maintaining awareness, second support. Then stabilizing the awareness, third support. Then when you have developed it very well until the first three support is very stable, then you can silence your mind and just stay at the heart area to do the fourth support. Fourth support is a bit different from the other support. That one requires a lot of wisdom and understanding. The fourth support demands trust, T-R-U-S-T. You trust your inner nature within to develop the meditative movement. So when you silence everything, after you have developed the first three support, means your mind already is stable. You know how to relax, you know how to maintain awareness, and it can stay at wherever you want it to be. So we choose the heart because that is where the gateway to our nature is. From there, it will develop the movement. Okay, so with this, I will let you meditate on your own. But for those who have already know how to meditate and know how to develop the fourth support, internal movement, you just remember to let that nature move by itself. There is no interference from the thought process, the thinking, the mundane activity. You just silence everything and let things be. Then maintain awareness to see how the movement takes place. You become like a witness. So we call the silent observer. When there is no observer, there is silent observation of the reality of what is, of what arises and passes away. So that silent observation of what is, without an entity or being, is just the pure awareness, developing the awareness of what is going on within the moment. Can give rise to a lot of internal movement. And this will help you develop the fourth support to actually develop the Bodhisattva way, progress in cultivation. Okay, with that, I let you meditate on your own. Okay, you can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness that you have developed for as long as you can. These are the mind state that you need to stabilize your stable daily mindfulness, leading to heedfulness throughout the day. Okay, now we'll turn to page 6 of the chanting book. Then we will recite the invocation to the Devas. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe, in their entirety, let the deities or Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which is heavenly released, Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Chakavalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhamang Munirajasa Sunantu Sakamokadang Dhamma Sharing Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Sharing Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Sharing Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti peso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Satta deva manusanam Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Santitiko Akaliko Ehipaseko Opanayiko Pacyatang Veditabu Vinohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Syatnya Patipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samici Patipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidang Chatari Purisa Yukani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakeneyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyang Ketang Lokasati Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can be seated. So now we will continue from where we stopped. We are at the sutra part. The father had always been mindful of his son. Although he had been separated from his son for over 50 years, the father never disclosed this matter to any of his other followers or disciples. His heart filled with regret as he thought, I'm old and feeble. I have great wealth in gold, silver, and precious treasure, with granaries and storehouse filled to overflowing. How disheartening it is to have no son. One day I am bound to die, and when I die my wealth will likely be scattered and lost, for I have no one to bequeath it to. That is why he ever earnestly thought of his son. He further thought, if I could only get my son back, I would make him heir to my wealth. I would be contented and happy, having no further worries. Okay, now the commentaries. Yeah. So the commentary explain the sutra in a manner where a lot of the words that put in the sutra, they are like figuratively to represent something. So you don't understand, you cannot get the full meaning. So the first paragraph is about Sariputta, Mahakassapa, Mongalana, and Kayayana continue their parables. So the poor son had returned to the place where his father was living. Then the next part of the sutta says the father had always been mindful of his son. So father here is figuratively representing the Buddha. That's why the commentary also explained. The father refers to the Buddha, who is constantly thinking of his disciples, the living beings disposed towards the great vehicle. Although he had been separated from his son for over 50 years, so here 50 years means the 5 destiny. You see, the 31 plane of existence is summarized into the 6 destiny. 6 destiny means Liu Tao, the 6th path. Lun Hui means like the law of karma, spin the wheel of samsara. So this 6th path, or the 6 summarized rhyme, are the rhyme where they actually roam. So here the destiny of the God means Tian Fa Jie, heavenly rhyme, God rhyme. Then they have the human rhyme, Manusa. Then they got the 4 woeful states. The animal rhymes, the hungry ghost rhyme, and the hell rhymes. But there is actually one demon rhyme. So the father never disclosed this matter to anyone. Here its meaning is, for a long time the Buddha didn't tell anyone that living being with disposition of the lesser vehicle had left him and run away. So this part is referring to the long evolution over samsara. It's like what I explained earlier to you all. There are followers of the Buddha, or we call the Dhamma practitioner or disciples of the Buddha, or devotees of the Buddha, who actually cultivated the teaching. But like most, they started with Theravada tradition, cultivation, the provisional teaching. Then the Pacceka Buddha, or what we call the second vehicle of the Pacceka Buddha. Then they have the third vehicle, the Bodhisattvas. So depending on which category they start, so most of them take a while to develop the cultivation. So what happens is, for those who cultivate the provisional teaching, especially the sainthood way or the sound hearer, 身闻法界 and the Pajika Buddha vehicle, they have not developed the ability to understand deep enough or stable enough regarding the Bodhisattva way to embrace the supreme vehicle cultivation. And because of that, most of these cultivators during non-sasana, they lost their way. They lost their way. So here, separated, although being separated from his son, means this provisional teaching or lesser vehicle student or disciples, they actually got separated over the 5 destiny. Yeah. So actually you include the demon rhyme is the 6th destiny. So they roam about in samsara. Yeah. So what happened is, when the Buddha finally became Sammasambuddha, about 2,600 years ago in India, when he was born as Sakyamuni Buddha, that was his supposed to be the last birth, and to realize Sammasambuddhahood as predicted. Yeah. So what happened was, during that birth, he knew all these disciples who are lost. He like, out of love and compassion, decide to actually do whatever he can to pass down the teaching. So here the sutras say, like, separated for so long, and finally, after roaming for so long, they finally have the condition to encounter the Buddha again. Yeah. Then, not until he was given the test and all those things, then only he declared upon them that he is his long lost son. Then when he talked about transferring the inheritance, is the cultivation, the perfection and the understanding, the virtue, perfection, wisdom that Sammasambuddha, Sakyamuni Buddha has developed. Where all these are the wealth that he actually has developed. It is in his spiritual nature. But he got no one to teach or pass on to bequest that inheritance. So the sutta is about this. So this part is where the father, which is the Buddha, he actually never disclosed this matter to anyone. Although he knew, as the Sammasambuddha at that time, that a lot of these lesser vehicle one, they get lost. Yeah. But he just understands that this is the way nature is. Condition like that, things will be like that. So he never disclosed. So the sutta say, the father never disclosed this matter to anyone. Then the commentary say, for a long time the Buddha didn't tell anyone that living being with disposition of the lesser vehicle, means the sainthood way and the Pajika Buddha vehicle, had left him and run away. Not really in that sense that they left him and run away. In a figuratively manner, means they didn't have the condition to understand the profound supreme vehicle teaching and seek the supreme vehicle cultivation. So indirectly, like, they actually miss that supreme vehicle teaching to go that way. Then there are some who actually encounter, but then give up along the way, where they don't have the stable understanding of the beauty of this Supreme Vehicle teaching. Then in the commentary, the Master Hsuan also asked, did all the Bodhisattvas know about this? Yes, they did. But since the Buddha did not talk about it, they did not bring it up. So those great beings, the great Bodhisattva, and all the advanced cultivator of the Supreme Vehicle, actually they knew. Like my nature, I also knew. That's why I come out with this yellow card understanding. And Maitreya, Buddha's nature, wanted this nature to share this, so that more and more beings can benefit. And we can only do it during sasana time. Yeah, without the sasana, it's not easy. Yeah. So even though the Buddha has, since 2,600 over years ago, parinibbana, but his sasana is supposed to last, initially it's meant to be 5,000 years, but because of the Bhikkhuni order, it's about 4,500 years. So this 4,500 years, yeah, a lot of things has happened. Yeah. That's why this is also that choice that Sakyamuni Buddha make. He chose that tradition, the Sangha order, to teach. Yeah. And that is tradition, one of the way. There are many Sammasambuddha who have different tradition and different approach to teaching. But Sakyamuni Buddha one is this. Then during this 4,500 years, there are a lot of great beings that has the understanding and affinity will continue to do his work or continue with his sharing and teaching to enable more and more of the lesser vehicle follower or disciples or devotees of the Buddha to develop deeper understanding of the Supreme Vehicle, so that they will consolidate their understanding and faith to go this way. Yeah. So here is mentioned, when the question was asked, did all the Bodhisattvas know about this? Yes, they did. But since the Buddha did not talk about it, they also did not bring it up. So here is also explained by Hsuan, the great vehicle Bodhisattvas knew that the further those of the lesser vehicle ran, the further off they would be. For that reason, the Buddha never talked about this, because they understand the nature's law. That's not. Things is just the way it is. Condition like that, things be like that. So when you are at that level, they cannot comprehend. It's just like the analogy I used to share with you. Our education system is quite a good analogy. Not really exact similarity, but quite a good analogy. Let's say they only study up to primary school or some lower secondary. Then some maybe upper secondary, but they haven't been to university. Some even went to university, they also decide to drop out. So what happens is, if you talk to the primary school student that you must study, as you study, you will develop better understanding. Then you tell them, what you have learned is actually like primary school. Even the subject about arithmetic, they are not studying maths or mathematics yet. Arithmetic. It's only the 4 basic: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Then you tell them, as you go secondary school, you got higher maths. You got calculus, you got differentiation equation, and you got all the additional maths, or we call it applied maths, pure maths, and the higher teaching. Then science also same. You study basic science, then because science is so wide, they have to divide it into physics, chemistry, biology. And within physics, there are so much teaching. You got all the, what they call, very complicated subject on physics. They have even particle physics. Then they even have the normal physics. Then as you progress from lower secondary to upper secondary, the physics, chemistry, and even mathematics, biology, they have to divide into a lot of components, like chemistry, physical chemistry, then they got the organic chemistry, and a lot of other type of branches of chemistry. Biology too. You can study biochemistry or combination or genetic theory, and even the normal bio subjects, botany, all these things. Then you can combine actually biochemistry. Then for those who like engineering, you got genetic engineering or whatever. It actually combine maths with science. But because the topic is so big, they have to specialize. That's why you study master degree, PhD. All these are very specialized study or cultivation. So it's just like the Bodhisattva way, the Supreme Vehicle teaching. There are so wide a field, especially the 10 perfection, the mind right cultivation about wisdom, virtue, the essential Dhamma, and also the Supreme Vehicle understanding of the extensive cultivation of this Dhamma. And the scope is so wide. Not until you reach there, you cannot understand. That's why you talk to the primary schools, lower secondary, upper secondary, and even the pre-U, or they call it matriculation. They still cannot comprehend what is expected when they really go to the university. And in the university, there are so many fields that you can study. It's just like our education system. Arts, science. Not only arts and science. Within art and science, there are so many fields. Within art, they also have law, philosophy, and all those things, or psychiatry, psychology, and all those things. Then humanity, then they got all this management, organization theory, whatever. And when you go to science, a lot, the field is a lot. Then there are also what we call a lot of special field that you can go and do R&D research. Means like they have this master program or PhD program where you specialize in certain field and become very good at it. So in the Supreme Vehicle cultivation is the same. When Bodhisattva or different specialty or special quality or what they call special ability, they can decide to perfect and develop a lot of ability. That's why if you look at what we have studied under the Theravada teaching, we also know the close disciple of the Buddha at that time, even the foremost in wisdom, they call him Sariputta, then followed by Moggallana, Psychic, Mahakassapa, all these things. But these are lesser vehicle disciple beings. But they also went through that cultivation. Then they also get lost. Then they have to wait till Sakyamuni Buddha becomes Sammasambuddha. Then only they come back. And when this teaching, the wonderful Dhamma, Lotus Flower Sutra, 妙法蓮華經, the threefold Lotus Sutra was expounded, then only they came to realize that in the past they have actually went this way. Then they lost their way and decided to give up. That's why when the Buddha first gave the prediction to Sariputta, it was a great motivation. And the rest all like starts to develop the motivation and wanted to understand more, develop the faith and go this way. And this sutta is about what happened when the Buddha Sakyamuni proclaimed this teaching. So here when he says for that reason the Buddha never talked about this, is because he knew living being, even the follower, devotees or whatever, they are just the way they are. Condition and that, things to feel like that. When there is no condition, you cannot force others. You cannot like want to change them and instruct them, or I should say force them to go this supreme vehicle. Cannot, they will run away. It's not easy. I remember in the year 2015, when end of 2015, then beginning of 2016, like I explained to you, when a lot of Kalimitas suddenly got that condition to write to me and requested this Bodhisattva way and Supreme Vehicle teaching. When I say a lot, means a handful within my group. Then I realized condition was there, otherwise I also wouldn't teach, I also wouldn't share. Then I agree. I told Padmasri, because she is close to me and the first to really make the request. Then I say, okay, agree. So I fixed the date for that thing. That's how the blue book, the Bodhisattva way, if you were to read through it, it is written there. That foretalk that I delivered. And later, Kayamita volunteered to transcribe it, and I edited it. Then I realized it can become a book. Because that 4 sessions, I actually gave condition for those who want to go this way to take the Bodhisattva vow and develop the understanding. But at that time, there was not much that can be taught. It was just the initial request. And my nature also knew not everybody can accept this way or understand this way. So I remember at the first, our usual annual retreat at Sampo Temple, at the first taking of the Bodhisattva vow at that retreat, 2016, I remember. The first time I held it at the retreat, because the retreat got more people that participate. But it was not easy. We were all karmic and all those things. There were a lot with doubt, fear and all those things. And some, because of that, they even prevent their spouse from taking the vow. So that was history. Yeah? But somehow it's meant to be. That's why I told them, you don't have to if you are not ready. Yeah. Then there are quite a number of them, their spouse or what, they came and talked to me. I said, don't worry. If that is what it is, you have to actually take in their consideration and feeling. We are conditioned like that, things be like that. So instead of leading to unnecessary misunderstanding, argument, conflict, you have to make a decision. Yeah? Maybe that is what they want you because out of fear or whatever. The reasons are not important. If that situation arises, if you are in the past, maybe you did the same thing to your spouse too. Then now, karmic conditioning come, you also have to reap what you sow. So karma is like that. That's why when you cultivate, you have to understand all this, so that you will not end up with that type of entanglement. Yeah. Even regarding your children, your sibling, your friend or what, it's the same. If you force them, you want them to do things following your way, which is not what they want or their choice, then this entanglement of karmic will hit back. In future, you will have parents that do the same to you, object to you, and force you to do things that you don't like. So as we can witness through our present civilization, a lot of parents and children, they have problems. A lot of spouses, they have problems. All this is because of karmic entanglement. So when it comes to the cultivation, it's the same Bodhisattva way. That's why do not, through wrong view, mislead people or cause people to lose their way and prevent people from making certain decisions out of maybe fear or possessiveness or whatever. So that phase is the example that I shared when you read the sutta. So why the sutta is like that is because living being is just the way they are, conditioned like that, things be like that. Yeah. So contemplate that, reflect on that, so that when you cultivate this supreme vehicle way, remember the advice of Sammasambuddha. Avoid all evil, do good, and develop wisdom. Yeah. Means all evil, including whatever possibility of karmic entanglement, they are evil, negative mind field, with the evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion. Especially greed, selfishness. Hatred is anger, envy, jealousy, or some like insecurity or fear. So all this is just for you to contemplate, reflect, so that when you cultivate, be sensitive. Every life you come, never do things that can bring about this karmic entanglement. Their life, let them live, and let them decide what they want. You can decide your own life destiny, like I used to advise spouse or married couple. You see, marriage is like a contract for the two to go into what they call a relationship with sincerity. When you are sincere, then that marriage contract has meaning. So when you have sincerity, the faith will be there. Then when you are sincere, there is no negativity. There is no unnecessary cheating or deceitfulness or whatever that can bring about conflict, misunderstanding, and separation. Because that karmic entanglement is very severe. So when you see all this, then you will have to develop your understanding through wisdom to avoid all this possibility of karmic entanglement. That's why when you bring up your children, when you have relationship with your spouse, your sibling, your friends, your colleague, or whatever, even in the career field, there is also karmic entanglement. Whatever you do, it will come back to you. You reap what you sow. Remember that. Then when you cultivate extensively through a lot of understanding of your exposure, then you develop deep understanding of the law of karma, its sophistication, and its profound, or what they call very complex entanglement behavior, and spin off from there. So with all this understanding, as you cultivate the Bodhisattva way, you have less and less of this karmic negativity. That's why even in the yellow cut, when I teach you all how to break karmic obstruction, there are so many possibilities. You have to choose the word to let you use it, so that it can generally fit into most of this karmic entanglement negativity that has manifest. Then not only those that are listed, then the last one I even say to avoid all other karmic entanglement that is not included up there. In fact, up there the tree is already very, very much complete, but there are some you can still miss. So to cover that, I gave you the fourth one. Okay, go back to the commentaries. Yeah. Oh, so we finish. Yeah? So we go to the next part of the sutta. His heart filled with regret as he thought. So this is also figuratively, because the Buddha being Sammasambuddha, how can he has regret? He actually don't have regret. Actually, his heart was filled with compassion. Then here is figuratively say, like a human being, as he thought, I'm old and feeble. I have great wealth in silver, gold, and precious stone with granaries, and storehouse filled to overflowing. How disheartening is it to have no son? So figuratively is mentioned like that, but the deep meaning is like actually at my level. I already have the understanding. What I have cultivated, developed as understanding, and inherited through my spiritual nature, this life, this segmental life, the understanding is so much. But I knew people are just the way they are. I can only share and teach in accordance with causes and conditions. When there are causes and conditions, when people come, those that have affinity, they can receive to the extent that they have developed their cultivation from the past and the affinity with my nature, triple gem, all those things. Then this sharing is like no favoritism. It just share. Then when people have the ability to understand and receive, they will receive. If they don't have, they will not. But then, because of technology, evolution in civilization, all, we have this internet, AI, and a lot of technological possibility. That's why we can have the website and all those things. And this wealth of Dhamma understanding can be preserved and maybe made available for those who come in the future, who has the affinity and the understanding. They will be able to tap into it and receive it. And because of that, it's just like here the sutta say, but it's figuratively. The Buddha would never think I'm old and feeble. No, that last verse is segmented for my mind, which you call Gautama Buddha or Sakyamuni Buddha. That one go the way of nature, grow old, and finally disease, then die, parinibbana. Then he know he has his cultivation, like by nature. I know I have my cultivation, but he will not go and think that all this will be lost because I have no son. He will not think that way. But this is figuratively. So when he say I have great wealth, gold, silver, it means the perfection and the cultivation, the Dhamma understanding is like precious and materialistic wealth. But these are spiritual wealth and understanding. So it's like he has all this. And if he can pass on or bequest to anybody, he would have done it. It's not like let you inherit. No. Let you develop the same understanding through what he share and teach. And there is the deep meaning behind. So we will move on and see what Hsuan explained. The father is the Buddha, regretted, see the word that one should be replaced. That he had not taught them more principles before. The great beings, the Bodhisattva and the Sammasambuddha, they won't have this regret on. Because when there is no condition, you cannot teach on all this. No way. You teach also, they may not be interested. And they may not even comprehend. So here is mentioned, the Buddha regretted that he had not taught them more principles before, so that they would not have to retreat from the great vehicle resolve. So this one is Hsuan's explanation. He felt remorse for his foolish children, those of the lesser vehicle, the two vehicle. They did not know how to return home, means the supreme vehicle teaching. That is, to look for the supreme vehicle teaching, the Buddha. Being old, the Buddha had almost finished teaching living beings. This one is correct. And was perplexed as to what to do with his Dhamma treasury, or Dhamma treasure, represented by all those. There, Hsuan also explained, the gold, silver, and all those things, granaries, represent all the samadhi and storehouse, represent the wisdom of ultimate reality. He had overflowing wealth, but he was disheartened that he did not have a son to inherit his wealth. So this one is Hsuan's explanation. So Sammasambuddha is still a form of mind, but his cultivation, his perfection never get lost. It's always within his spiritual nature. So all this sutta part is just figuratively to explain it. Means despite having all this, he still, of course, have the understanding, or in layman's term, you all may say, wish that living beings can have the condition to understand his teaching and seek the supreme vehicle cultivation to go this way. Yeah. But whether they do or they don't do, actually doesn't matter to them. Their duty is to share, to teach, and only those who have affinity condition can receive them. Yeah. Okay, we move on. One day I am bound to die, and when I die, my wealth will likely be scattered or lost. So the commentary say, when the Buddha enter Nirvana or Parinibbana, all this Dhamma treasure will be scattered and lost. For I have no one to bequeath it to. So the Buddha sighed in grief. Actually, the word grief is not true, for he would not find a suitable heir to inherit his wealth. This is why he ever earnestly thought of his son. So the Buddha often thought of his disciple with a great vehicle disposition. He further thought, if I could only get my son back, I would make him heir to my wealth. I would be contented and happy, having no further worries. So the Buddha thought, if he could find living beings with supreme vehicle potential or disposition, he would pass on the treasure, Dhamma treasure, unto them. If I have someone to bequeath my Dhamma wealth to, I would be extremely happy and free of worry. That's why this sutta, Lotus Sutra, comes about. Okay, we move on. Okay, next part of the sutta. Well-honored one, the poor son then, hiring himself as a laborer here and there, unexpectedly came upon his father's house. Standing by the gate, he saw in the distance his father seated in a lion throne, his feet resting on a jewel footstool, and brahmanas, kshatriyas, and lay people reverentially surrounded him. Pearl necklace value in million adorned his body. Assistant and attendants holding white wreaths waited on him left and right. Above him was a jewel canopy hung with flowers and pennana. The ground was sprinkled with fragrant water and strewed with rare flowers. There were rows of precious objects which were disseminated, received, taken in, or given out as he pleased. Such were the various adornment and the magnificence and magnanimity of his awe-inspiring virtue. So commentaries. Well-honored one, the poor son, then hiring himself as a laborer here and there, then Subati, Kayayana, Mahakassapa, and Mongalana, the Buddha's four great disciples, continue. The poor son, representing the Buddha's disciple, who had run off, was hiring himself as a laborer here and there. What does this mean? This refers to those of the great vehicle disposition who had run away to the three rhyme, means the sensual rhyme, the form rhyme, and the formless rhyme, were oppressed by the 8 kinds of suffering. They were searching everywhere for a way out. They ran hither and thither, seeking a method of escape, as if they were seeking job everywhere, but could not find one. So initially the lesser vehicle, they only seek enlightenment in the here and the now. Yeah. It's not the supreme vehicle here. But even the provisional teaching, seeking of basic enlightenment to realize the sainthood way leading to Arhantaship is also not easy. That's why the 8 types of suffering, etc. He unexpectedly came upon his father's house. Means, having been away for a long time and having stopped in many places, he came to the place where the Buddha lived, which represents the rhyme with residue, attained through skillful means, and the rhyme adorned with true rewards. Standing by the gate, the son saw that his father's house was beautifully adorned. He did not dare stand in the middle of the gate, but only off to one side. The sun represents those of the 2 lesser vehicles, the sainthood way, sound hearer, and the Pacceka Buddha, who adhere to 2 extremes, represented by emptiness and the provisional. They do not follow the middle way. He saw in the distance his father seated in a lion's seat or throne. Means the disciple was similarly able to see the Buddha in the distance. That they were able to see the Buddha indicates that they still have the great vehicle disposition and seat. The throne of the Buddha sat on was beautifully crowned with lion engraved on the underside. This represents the Buddha on the Dhamma King's throne, manifesting his 10,000-foot Nishyanda reward body. His feet resting on a jewel stool, representing the perfection of both the Buddha's wisdom and here they use the word samadhi. Actually, wisdom and samadhi, they go together. It should be wisdom and virtue. Move on. And all this explanation is to explain the meaning of the sutta. And brahmanas, kshatriya, and lay people reverently surrounded him. So the Sanskrit word for brahmana literally means pure descendant or pure conduct. But it is used here to represent the bodhisattva at the various stages of equivalent awakening who were present in the Dhamma flower assembly, means lotus flower assembly. Kshatriya, the ruling class, in nobility, represent the bodhisattvas from the 1st to the 9th round, who were present in the Dhamma flower assembly. Lay people refers to the other bodhisattva who attain the realization of the Dhamma body in the Dhamma flower assembly. The Buddha was surrounded by all these great bodhisattvas. Pearl necklace valued in millions adorned his body. Commentaries. Pearl necklace represent the wisdom of ultimate reality, the 4 method of attraction, and other things. Value in millions represent the inexpressible and incalculable wonder of the Buddha Dhamma. Surrounded by great bodhisattvas, the Buddha was also made splendid by this Dhamma treasure. Assistant and attendant holding white beads waited on his left and right. Assistant here represent those who have realized fruition and reached the stage of a bodhisattva. Attendant represent expedient Dhammadal, and specifically the paramitas of skillful means. Which represent the brush with a handle that looks like horse tail, and are used like duster. Right represent realizing the wisdom that comprehends emptiness, which whisks away the four states of affliction. The four states of affliction are the affliction arising from wrong view, incorrect view about all phenomena in the tree, right? Then the affliction of attachment to all phenomena in the realm of desire. Now move up, see. The fourth one is affliction of attachment to all phenomena in the realm of form. Then the last one is affliction of attachment to all phenomena in the realm of the formless. Left represent realizing the wisdom of the provisional teaching, which brushes away the dust of ignorance, weighted on him, left and right. Thus refer to brushing away the two extremes of emptiness and provisional teaching. The provisional is also known as existence. Yeah. Above him was a jewel canopy hung with flower and pennons. Jewel canopy represents great compassion. Flower represent the four methods of attraction: giving, kind words, beneficial, and adoptive, of the same aim. There are three kinds of giving: the gift of materialistic wealth, the gift of truth, Dhamma, and the gift of fearlessness, or gift of life. Using kind words represents speaking compassionately and gently, without harshness or anger, as one's temple is like fire, power, or powder in the artillery. Employing kind words requires showing kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity, the four Brahma Vihara states, towards all living beings. Practicing beneficial deeds represent or means that you do things to help other people. Adoption of the same aim means that you work together with others. Penance represent the six spiritual power: the heavenly eye, the heavenly ear, knowledge of others' thought, knowledge of past life, and spiritual power of freedom from all outflow, and the ability to travel anywhere at will. So these are the six spiritual penetration. 5 are psychic ability, psychic power. The last one is liberation from birth and death. That's why they are called the 6 spiritual penetration. The ground was sprinkled with fragrant water. Fragrant water is a metaphor for the Dhamma water sprinkled on the mind ground of the great supreme vehicle, Bodhisattva, to wash away all the dust of the delusion, the coarse delusion, the subtle delusion, and the delusion of dust and sand. Then the delusion arising from incorrect view, delusion arising from incorrect thoughts, and the delusion of ignorance. Fragrant water is also a metaphor for samadhi water. When samadhi water is sprinkled on the wandering mind of people, their minds will cease to wander. The ground was sprinkled with fragrant water, means cleansing bodhisattva of their delusion and wrong view. Okay, I think we have to stop here already. 9:50 already. Okay, we mark this. Now we come to the second session, which is meditation reporting, followed by whatever Q&A or question that you may have, you can ask. Then also Dhamma in daily life sharing by any of our Kalyanamitta.
Namo Buddhaya, Amitabha.
Namo Buddhaya, Amitabha. Yeah.
Been sometimes I didn't. I attended class actually. I didn't have much to share, but I think after our last retreat in Cameron Highland was a very busy schedule. I went to the Central Asia.
Oh,
and
very good.
Asia in Uzbekistan and also to Kazakhstan. So this very interesting place.
Interesting
it's a
place.
Muslim country, but it's actually that's one of the central of our Mahanese Buddhist heart of Mahanese Buddhism's.
Sadhu.
So just to share a bit of experience, I think we've been to the archaeology site and also so-called the underground temples. I think that place are all run down by full of desert and actually they forgotten about the practice, and they are predominantly Muslim country, and basically they still have a lot of Buddhist relics there.
Yeah. In fact, the area is where the Tang San Zhang went pass on the route.
So that
they call it the Silk Road.
The Silk Road and Xuanzang. We follow the Xuanzang road.
Xuanzang Trail.
Right. And then we went to the one of the very big lake that he passed through, and to Termex, actually border with Afghanistan. We do a chanting, and we a lot of compassion flow in us in our heart. Well, I was very surprised when I went to the underground tunnel where there is a stupa.
Sadhu. There got relics, stupa.
They have a relic there, and a lot of people do chanting, and our group do a chanting, and I will feel the vibrations actually coming.
Sadhu.
And it to the heart, and is actually opening up.
Wow, very good. It will help you in your cultivation. Yeah.
Correct. That type of feeling that I experienced that in Cameron Highland also. That of energy.
Sadhu,
And very fruitful trip. And also we went to the last day. We went to the museum in Uzbekistan in Tashkent. Also very rich with Buddhist culture, and I think that is the root of this Venerable Kumara Jiwa. That's where he originated to write
the translation, the Dhamma translation.
The Amitabha Jing is also written. That is his hometown, basically.
Sadhu.
Yeah, it's a blessing that I be able to make it. Last year was very sick. This year I make up all this program to catch up.
Very good.
Yeah. And then when I come back, I rest for 2 weeks or so, and then I went for my novelship program.
Oh, very good.
For 2 weeks, and in this Brahma Vihara in Malacca. My preceptor is Venerable Dr. Dhamma.
He is a good monk. He is a good monk.
Yes, right. So we was there, and it's interesting to share with Kalamita and Brother Teo also that he actually learned a lot from the Vinaya rule, the monastic rule. Not everything, but at least I've been exposed to a life as a monk. We do Pindapa. All this while I've been offering Pindapa, but this round I was on the street of this Malacca to actually receive the Pindapa from
Sadhu. Means people make offering to you.
They make offering.
Sadhu. You have the parami to receive, and you benefit the offerer too.
Correct. And wish them well, and that's how I feel. That is the other way of feeling that it's actually a blessing, that it's not for the sake of just receiving, but it's actually for compassion. The giver and the recipient is different perspective.
Correct.
Yes, right.
It's the way of Sakyamuni Buddha's tradition. He set up the Sangha and the lay people. His synergy. Because there is this very good synergy. Like if you are a cultivator, because of the Sangha, it's like we chant under the salutation to the Sangha. They are the field of great merits, because you are the Aryan Sangha, or even the Sangha community means the order of the cultivator, not only monks, the cultivator of Dhamma and all those things. Then you see the synergy is when they are worthy of offering and all those things, then they will go Pindapata. Then Pindapata is alms round, go for alms. But they give condition to lay people or even practitioner of Dhamma to make offering. So when you make offering, the merits that come with that synergy is very, very different, because the synergy that manifests from this tradition actually bring about a lot of meaningful spiritual wealth transfer, like what we chant during the retreat. When you keep your precept, a lot of virtue actually get transpired. Silena sukanting yanti. So all this means sila is the source of happiness, spiritual wealth, spiritual happiness. Then the other one is spiritual wealth. Then finally, there is spiritual peacefulness of mind and all these things. Then the dana parami, when you make offering, it also like help generate that type of synergy that can help develop merits for the lay people and the Dhamma practitioner or cultivator of the way who make the offering. Then the Sangha offering that condition, they also actually receive the Dhamma wealth because of that tradition that Sakyamuni Buddha actually came up with. That's why he has this understanding that the sasana will last a lot more longer than the other tradition that the other Sammasa Buddha come out with. Of course, there are others that last even longer, like the Pure Land, all those things. But as far as sasana for most Sammasa Buddha, apart from the Pure Land tradition, all those things, their Vinaya order of Sakyamuni Buddha's tradition, that sasana, after scanning through a lot of civilization of Sammasa Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha realized that this tradition, their sasana lasts very long. Generally, it's about 3,000 to 5,000 years. That's why he liked that tradition. And when he arrived, he actually promoted that tradition. And all these are very wholesome. So it's a great joy for us to know that our Kayamita Brother Wong Chaman has actually partaken in this and felt that joy, that compassion that arises in him when he received the offering and all this. Actually, you should have more and more of this type of understanding and experience. That's why sometimes people make offering to my nature or pay respect or my nature rejoice, because there is this understanding. This wholesomeness is difficult to come by, and if they have causes and conditions to do it, especially those with understanding and faith, it will benefit them a lot. That's why the field of merit is limitless. And all this, most of it doesn't really cost any money. It's just an expression of faith, respect. And that's how you cultivate affinity with cultivator of the way, practitioner, great beings, and what they call enlightened beings. So all this are beautiful sharing and beautiful understanding. Very good, Brother Wong Sadhu. You continue, you continue.
Yeah, and also I also realized that in becoming a monk, to join a monkhood is not easy.
Yeah.
It's
Not
very
easy.
challenging. It's not easy.
Yes.
Yeah. And
they even screen you. No?
yes, that's right. And
You
before
must not have any debt, or no. You must pay off your debt and all those things.
And I think for us, when age catching up, so to be taking an overseas program is very challenging because I think for me to remember a lot of those Pali verses and all those things, they really test you one by one. They test you, make sure you chant.
Correct.
Chanting is not easy.
Yeah,
and you have to not just to memorize, but you have to go into the heart and
have the understanding
embrace
behind.
it. Yeah, understand and embrace it.
Yeah, the understanding behind. Yeah, very good.
And then the Pindapat on the road is actually walking barefooted, and that is the best way to train the mindfulness training. Yes, it's interesting and it's eye opening for me lah. Yeah, that is
very good. Yeah, because for your age and also for all the things that you have gone through, and all the earlier karmic obstruction, all things that you overcome, and with your present physical condition, it's really a great experience, a great test.
Yeah.
And really not easy. That's why when you recover, when your faith become very good, you can go through it. That's why there is a lot of joy in you, sadhu.
So in a way, it actually increased my spiritual zeal in walking the path.
That zeal, Z-E-A-L, is very strong. That will drive you. Right. Very good, sadhu.
Sadhu. So our advise the younger Kalyamata should take out that opportunity.
That's why
while you still able to.
They have the opportunity to listen to all this sharing while you are still young, when your body is still healthy. You should actually cultivate diligently and develop all this understanding. But everybody's way is different. So just let things be. So when the time comes, you will know how to move, and you will know what your special cultivation lies, in what field, in what manner, and what are the things that you want to develop. So everyone is different, but whatever it is, whatever is best for you, you will know, and you will know how to go into it. As long as you have that sincerity, that faith, then you just persevere. Then everything will unfold beautifully for you to go through. Sadhu, very good.
Sadhu.
Let us all rejoice. Sadhu. Very good.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Just to share.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now you can nominate. We give you the honor to nominate another Kayamita.
I renominate back Sister Alicia lah.
Okay, Sister Alicia.
Sister Alicia. Yeah, thank you.
Cảm ơn Brother Wong for nominating me, but Brother actually 最近我没有做什么的meditation， 但是我是只读经。
好啊，that is your way。
对，因为华严经，我那天有跟 Mrs. Steele 分享，我从来没有想过我跟华严经的 affinity 这么strong。
That's why all this will be revealed to you as you develop the cultivation. Then it will come back to you. I mean, your way is this way. In fact, at the what they call our recent Vietnam trip to Ho Chi Minh City, that was a good trip. You can also share a bit about what you discussed with my wife, share with my wife. And also the place we visit, that virgin mountain, black. 那个观音道场。
对，actually Radio，其实我这个 Ho Chi Minh trip is suddenly Freddy 说他要去做工，所以我就讲，哎呀，他也老了，那我就陪他一起去，走。So after that, 我 just think of Radio 好像没有去过，就
我没有去过Actually, it's a great trip. Actually, I like it. Based on that trip, although 4 days, I understand a lot of things about Vietnam now, which is very different from what you read in the press or the paper or internet or what. But when you are there, you can see a lot of things. And surprisingly, Vietnam, after going through the war, those things, now they are only starting to come out. They're still backward, but a lot of beautiful temple and way places. The place that we visit is not really a major tourist attraction. That Kuan Yin Tao Chang, very beautifully done. The developer that did it, I think, must be spiritual people. They spend a lot of good money on planning and doing up the whole thing, even to make it into a favorable resort area with a lot of beautiful understanding behind their architectural development and creation. That place is like Genting, about 900 meters high. Very cooling on out there. Then with the breeze, everything. That time when we were there, it's like heavenly rhyme. The usual Kuan Yin's way place, where a lot of bliss, a lot of mist, a lot of what they call very cooling type of breeze and weather, and very misty. And of course, in between there were rain and all those things. Most of the time it's like drizzly. Then the moment we enter, the rain starts. There are a lot of things. Then before that also we visit one or two Kuan Yin places and the Dhamma, Da Xiong Bao Tian and all those things. But the energy is very good. I remember there was one hall, when we went there was good weather. Suddenly we went into the Da Xiong Bao Tian. Then I felt the energy, then I perished there. The moment I perished there, the thunder out there, suddenly a very heavy shower. Then after that we come out, the rain become very little. Then we were able to walk around. Then we decided to go into the main building. They have many levels. Then inside there, a lot of this type of Dhamma teaching and architectural build up. So we went in. Wow, the moment we went in, I tell you, the rain was pouring like anything with the strong wind and everything. So we were inside. Then later on, when we want to come out, the Tao Yu, they took us around. He said, don't worry. I take you another route, covered way. No need to go out to go through the rain and all. And that one got cable car, good for old people like us. But mainly Vietnamese go there because it's less tourists, but very beautifully built. That's why we're supposed to visit two other places where Alicia Google and got it from the internet. I said, oh, not bad, quite good. Then finally when we were there, they got their business partner, the local, said, don't go to this place that you all wanted to go, the tourist area. We recommend one. And that was the Kuan Yin Way place. So we finally went there. Wow, it was beautiful. Although the journey was not that straightforward. Their highway, so-called highway, the speed they drive, 40 to 60 km per hour only, A lot of traffic light, a lot of jam. 3 hour journey, for a short stretch. 3 hour journey up, 3 hour journey back. But it was a great experience. A lot of things we came to weakness and develop the understanding. Then the local people are very different too, although they look like Chinese, but the dialect and the Vietnamese that they speak very difficult to learn. It's not like Thai. Thai is quite easy. But anyway, it was great trip because I like the food there. Actually, I don't quite like Vietnamese food, but I end up going there. Not bad. Then there was one Chinese restaurant they took us. It was a very nice Chinese restaurant. And in Vietnam now, I actually don't have expectation of the quality of Chinese food. But when we were there, we ordered a few cheap and good. Oh, really good. I so far beat my expectation by a lot. I never expect in Vietnam to find that type of food. Then we were very lucky because the owner, I think, he can speak Mandarin, very rare one. English and Mandarin is very rare one. So this lady is very good, and he's Hokkien or Teochew? Teochew, Teochew. She Teochew, I think. Then my wife met one same surname as her, Teh, another old man. He say he's from China, the parents and all those things. So there are a lot. Then there's another one. I think Alicia, the Freddie's good friend, very good friend. He got this optical shop. He did quite well. He got 33 branches. And his partner is the one that make the lens for all the optical shop one. And he is a great guy, and he said he is also from China. The surname is Chang, same as mine also. And she took us to a nice Japanese lunch too. So basically, it was a good trip for me. Alicia, you continue.
Oh, yeah, brother. Actually, I was also surprised, brother. Teo eat quite a lot this trip.
Yeah. I normally don't like Vietnamese food. But 那边的好吃那牛肉饭也好吃。
Actually, Vietnamese Chinese restaurant, they are all quite good one because they are the Hong Kong chef that.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah, so this trip, actually when we went inside the lyrics area, when Brother Dio start to chant Vandana Jetiya.
Yeah. Vandana Jetiya Sadam.
And then it was like the tears like flowing. And then it's like a connection between, like, you really see the Buddha is there.
Yeah, the relics there.
Yes.
And they got this, what they call, the computer generated one, you call one, that what, hologram. All the temple in Vietnam that they have, all the famous one, the big one, they generate the hologram one, and let you see, That's why we went through that tower. A lot of them. Then there was one with the relics of the Buddha. Showing you the relics of all things. That's why then we saw the Bodhi tree outside. That's why I told, of course, Buddha Rupang is everywhere. Stupa is everywhere. So that's why I asked them to chant. Vandami Chetiyam Sabam Sabbatani Supatete Tang Saririke Datu Mahabohim Buddha Rupang Sakalang Sada. So when we recited that, the energy was very strong. And it's meant to be. Where that place was very unique. That's why not in the program, but when you are there, things will happen. Then you will know where to go. Very good, Sadhu.
Actually, 这个 Black Virgin Mountain 是我们的 business partner 那个 Victor
是他介绍的
他 insist that 我们去，因为他说比较少人。其他那2个我们想去的呢就很 crowded， 他说。
correct.
So that's the thing 啊。Actually， 我都没有 expect 到这个 trip。I mean， 是有点辛苦啦，那个车程，因为3个小时去，3个小时回，我是怕。
是啦，不会很辛苦啦。It's the only thing is they don't have toilet break one. Not like our normal one. They don't have rest and service area a certain distance. This one, you travel, both sides, got 2 row of shop only, all the old shop. Then the petrol station, or they call gas station, you go in, I think they don't have enough toilet for you, and might be smelly or what. Then the driver very good, Actually, when the journey go there, not so bad, because after 1.5 hours already, I was thinking you continue 3 hours, the bladder cannot take it. So I asked the translator to ask the driver for toilet break. Then he said, okay. He said, I take you. I thought 5-10 minutes reach, no toilet. He go for another half an hour. Then only he reached a gas station. They call gas station, we all call petrol station. There got cafe, got people sell things. Then got big toilet. Only that one now. The whole 3 hours. So we stopped there. It was a good stop. Then we bought something also. They all like to buy the makan thing and all that. Then after that, some of them bought coffee and all that thing. Then we drive further. Then when we reached the place, it was already lunchtime. I think 12:30. But the street food along the road one to the mountain, the Kuan Yin, very good food. I also never expect. They got their traditional Vietnamese food. We order cheap somehow. Then there is what they call hot pot, like hot pot one. Then they got all the fish, everything. Then all the veggie, a lot of veggie. They put inside. Then of course we order the chicken and all this thing. The way they cook was beautiful. Then the rice come in pot one, like ngapo fan, with the hard part down there, the bird one, the chawai ta one. They can just scoop the whole thing out and they eat. So it was a fun thing, experience. Not bad. So that was really good. To me, it's very exciting. I sweat. I eat until I sweat. But good food. Really good food. Yeah, Alicia, back to you.
Yeah, actually, brother, 我远远看到那间店，我讲，哎呀，别 don't expect too much 啊，随便
yeah. And they also got the hammock for you to sleep. A lot of the hammock.
哪里知道他那餐午餐是真的非常好。
哇，好吃非常好吃。它的 chicken everything with the lemongrass
那个 fish
那个 fish 很好吃The hot pot one and the one that is in the like clay pot like that one, the fish very nice. I seldom eat so much, but that they are really. At first, me and my wife were given one pot of rice. We say we cannot finish. You all want to share, but we finished the whole thing. Then the tourist guy and the other one, the Vietnamese, they take 2 bowls. That's why it was fun. And I didn't know the roadside street food. So flavor and tasty, surprisingly, but not that clean. A lot of flies and all those things. But okay, the way they cook it is very well done. Popiah, I didn't really eat much. My wife liked the one what they call what bun chao. Is it bun chao? Yeah, the raw one, the skin, the white color. spring roll, like spring roll, but the wet one, no, not the fried one, no, not the fried one. Then the one pour wet you all eat one, the one we put peanut sauce on, spring roll, but not the fried one with the peanut sauce. That one, mommy like. Yeah, Alicia. You can summarize 还有4 minutes.
Okay, Brother, anyway, it was a wonderful trip because Brother 吃得很开心。还没有看 Brother 吃这么多。
对。And that trip was my first trip there. Actually, I learned a lot. I saw the infrastructure, the building, but they are really backward. A lot of motorbike. My wife also scared the motorbike. And we were told by Ben. Ben went there before we went. Ben said, you cross the road, you just cross. The motorbike will go around you. You don't go and stop. They crash into you and all those things. Oh, really? Oh, the amount of motorbike. Really. Yeah, Alicia, yeah.
See, Brother, what I like the most is the hotel, the breakfast. It was
the hotel breakfast was best, but it's not cheap the hotel, but worth it, really worth it. It costs us about 600 ringgit a night, but good breakfast, very nice hotel. So that was another great one.
Brother 还有就是这个整个的过程，就好像不懂为什么我就不会想着一直去买东西这样子。这个因为我回来我的 Freddy 讲做么你没有买东西的。
Actually, quite nice the wet market. We got nuts for you from Vietnam. My wife bought on. You all can have it. And very big size the nuts. Ben come back and tell us, you must buy. Because their group they went, the friend, they end up buying, I think, how many bags? 20 kilo. Cashew nut, big one. The burnt one, all stuff. They let you try, you buy. And my wife, although didn't buy that much, but also end up one big bag. Yeah, Alicia, yes.
Yeah, actually, Brother, it's good that Mrs. Teo bought because
是咯，
真的又漂亮又便宜
又便宜那间那个 lady very honest
那个 lady 很 honest， 但她又用 digital skill。Actually， 整个行程就跟我以前去hồ Chí Minh 的感觉是不一样的。
不一样。
以前我是每一天往外面跑，这一次我感觉就好像有一点不一样这样子。Anyway， 我很感恩 Brother 能够跟我们一起去 ，so that 我们整个行程，以前我们去是整身热到射到完了，这一次很凉快，而且
our weather very good this trip.
那个 weather
very good，
非常好
，fantastic weather. Even the 导游 also he took us there and he said, oh, very good weather.
Yeah, when the first day we arrived, Lex was saying, every day rain.
Before that, raining non-stop.
Yeah, no stop the rains.
Then we arrived, no rain. The first day was beautiful weather until dinner. So very interesting.
我的分享都到这里了哈，感恩。
Okay, let us rejoice. Sadhu. Okay, we'll do the sharing of merits. Then we end. Akasata cha bhumata devanaga mahindika punyang tang anumoditwa chirang rakantu lokasasana itta vata chamehi sampadan punya sampadan sabbe deva anumodantu Sabba sampati siddhya idang me nyatinang hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu Sukhita hontu nyatayo Devo asatu kalena Sasa sampati hetu cha Vito bhavatu loko cha Raja bhavatu dhammiko Imina punyang kamena Mame bala samagamo Satang samahagamo hotu Yawa nivana patiya Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you can now pay respect mindfully to Lord Buddha, Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, and the worthy one. Then we will end. Before we end, I think I just add in the last part. On the way back, really 3 hours, no toilet break. You know, when we reached the cable car station down there, 6:30 at night already. And that day working day, he said, you go toilet break, you no more dinner. We have 3 hours, 9:30 only. 9:30, we were so lucky, They dropped us at the hotel. We take our time to walk there. Then the moment we entered the restaurant, there was one guy coming out, flip the open one to close. So he said, no more, last call, he said. Your seat, order, last call. So no toilet break. But surprisingly, we were prepared for it. We empty all the whatever thing that need to empty before we start the journey. We had the experience when we go. So endure the 3 hours. And it was a great experience. Okay, you all pay respect, then we end.